I'm gonna wait just a little bit longer, guys. I just wanted to make sure that this was the right account. I hope that chat is on the right one. I can't lie. I'll just watch it from here. Alright, I think I'm gonna start the stage here soon. Oops. Do that? Yeah, we'll start it from this. All right. I know it's a little bit early, but I just wanted to get started and kind of just go over a little basis of what I'm going to be talking about today. Basically, what I'm going to be helping you guys with today is kind of just understanding what can help you be done about, like, if you don't feel consistent, if you aren't feeling good, and how to help fix that consistency, right? So I'm gonna go over basically kind of what I do personally, on a day-to-day basis, and kind of just show you what I do, every day before I decide to play ranked, or just before I even decide to play the game, right? So first, I'm gonna share my screen here. So this is gonna be weird. I like to start off with kind of just getting my mind ready, right? I love to do the Wordle and the Contexto. The reason I do this is because it wakes your mind up. You get your... No spoilers? I'm not going to do it then. I'm not going to do it then if we don't... Okay, we can do it? Okay, cool. So I like to do this. I also personally play in the hard mode, which you can only use letters that you've used before. Would chess work well? Yeah, chess can work as well. So my word that I start with every time is Aegis. I personally prefer to go with Aegis because it just gets a lot of vowels, gets stuff out of the way. The reason I do Wordle, though, is because I just prefer to wake my mind up. Because if you don't wake your mind up, if you don't mentally prepare and you're not awake, you're not going to feel good in game, because you have to think a lot in game, right? That's just how it is. Let's see here. I think I'm going to just go with a weird, terrible word here, honestly. I'm going to take it out of hard mode because I'm not going to want to take this too long. I'm just going to go with break. Okay, cool. Bruh, I woke up at... Hold on, let me see this. What are we saying? Chess would work out well, yes. Can you help me to level 20? So to get the level 20, you're just gonna have to play a lot, bro. I promise. You're gonna have to just play a bunch. That's what sucks. Man. I'm trying to think. Can't I just watch a pro match? You can. Pro matches help a little bit, but that's not kind of waking up your, like, you know, your thought processes, right? So the reason why you can have pro matches on in the background, which I like to. I was watching actually the Clash. I was watching the Clash today. If you guys have not been watching that, EMEA Clash has been playing, and it's been very good to watch because it's pro play and stuff like that. So Whoa. This is a hard word. I cannot lie. I got the word. Ah, he's cheating, bro. He's cheating. He's cheating, bro. Unlucky. It can't be bar. I think the U is second. I think that there's gonna be a... Whoop. Second? Bummer? It's not bummer. Alright. Alright. I'm gonna leave this for now because I'm gonna come back to it. Buyer. Okay. And you know what? I get it. That's a weird word. I get it. I get it. All right. And then I also like to do the conventions. I'm not going to do this on stream because this is hard and I hate doing this 90% of the time. But then another thing I like to do is reaction tests. I like to do my reaction time tests as well, just to make sure I'm feeling good, right? If I'm getting my normal average, which is usually around 170-ish, I'll feel okay to play the game. I usually get around 160 to 170 when I'm personally doing it. So that's what I kind of like go for. And the reason I do this is it just gets me ready for the day. And the reason that is because if I'm doing the same things over and over and over, if I'm consistently doing stuff IRL and then going into game, you're going to feel a lot better. So I saw somebody say, what if I queue after school? And then somebody also said, does jogging work? Yes, jogging would work. So if you queue after school, so say you go to school, you come back, maybe you do a little workout, you take a little bit of a shower or something like that, and just kind of do something right before you get on, and then start doing your warm up. That's gonna help you out, right? Say you don't do it at school. Something that can help you out is you go from, say you wake up, you go work out, you come back home, you get something to eat, and then you get on to queue. What I would prefer, that's a good situation to do, right? Just having that daily IRL consistency and a day-to-day basis will help you in game, right? And the reason for that is because your mind will already be in kind of like a flow state, right? You're doing the same thing very repetitively, but you're doing stuff you always do. So you're getting in that flow state before you even get on the game. And that's what helps you, right? I'm gonna get onto Valorant real fast. And then I will go into in depth of what I personally like to do in my warm-up routine on Valorant. Because I've already gone over what I do IRL wise. I will usually get up, maybe get something to drink, get something to eat, maybe listen to some music, maybe watch a video I like to watch. And then I go in to do the Wordle, I do the connections, I do the reaction time test, and now I will head over to Valorant. Because I've already done my IRL stuff, which some of your guys' IRL stuff may look a little different. You may go to the gym and then come and do the game. Like, you just may come back and play the game after that, right? Like, a lot of people go to the gym before they play. I would like to say, if you do that, give yourself a little bit of time, because if you work out your arms or anything like that, your arms are going to be a little bit dead and it's going to be a little hard, right? If you go work out your arms and you come back and get right on the game, you're not going to feel good whatsoever. Your arms are not going to feel great, and you're just not going to be ready. So what I like to do for my warm-ups is I like to do death matches. My personal warm-up is 5 ghost kills into 5 sheriff kills into 10 guardian kills into the rest being vandal or phantom. The reason I do this is because it helps me with tap timings and also just movement.
Match
Warm
found.
up is a hoax. Low-key doesn't make me consistent. No, it definitely will help you, especially if you have like an IRL basis. If you play good, also if you guys play good for 3 games, 4 games, yeah, I'm switching over to my Valorant now. There we go. So what I like to do is I will start with the ghost and I'll work on tap timings, because with tap timings it's all about like kind of making sure you're not shooting before you stop moving, right? And that's what this helps with.
Kill them.
So I do 5 ghosts, 5 sheriff, and 10 guardian. And this is basically my warm-up. Every day I get on. And if I don't consistently get to the Vandal, I do it until I get to the Vandal very consistently, right? Or I'll just start doing, you know, Vandal DMs after like 5 of these. So the best thing to do about the reason why I preach performance, like doing IRL basis consistency, is just to get your mind right. Getting your mind right is going to help you in game 20 like infinitely better, right? Say like you're on a football team or you're on like a sports team or something like that. You play soccer, you run track or something. If you aren't prepared, if you aren't mentally ready, you're not going to mentally want to play good. You're not going to play good because you're mentally not ready. So mentally preparing yourself, like mentally being in a good condition, physically being in a good condition, is going to help you in game infinitely. And I'm going to preach that over and over and over, because it definitely helps. I have played multiple different games semi-professionally, and then I've played Valorant like for collegiate and some tier like 2-ish teams, right? And the biggest thing that helped me was being mentally prepared every single day.
Dominating.
Right? If anyone needs like a general basis of like kind of what it would look like, say somebody give me a schedule they have right now. And I'll try to help you build out your own little schedule. Just one person from the chat. I'll help you build out your own little schedule, and this can help you like kind of understand 1 DM, 1 TDM. Okay. I was meaning like IRL stuff, but that works too. I load into comp, no warm-up. That's wild. That's actually a little wild. Actually mean to be mentally prepared. Okay, yeah, I will help you with that real fast. Okay, so being mentally prepared. So if say you go to school, right? If you were going to school and stuff like that, you remember how a lot of people constantly told you to, you know, get breakfast and make sure you're like actually kind of ready. Like it's your super thing, right? They want you to eat breakfast and get your mind right. It's waking your mind up and being just mentally ready for what you are wanting to do, right? So basically, if I wake up and play my Wordle, play my Contesto, that gets me ready to think in game. My brain is woken up. Like, instead of just going into a game and just playing ranked and not really thinking, just trying to only shoot, not even warming up my shots, anything like that, I'm gonna look lost. How do I identify that I'm ready then? When you start actually kind of like just getting your brain function going, when you start actually doing the Wordle and stuff like that, after the Wordle, after the Contesto, or say you like to do reading, right? After you read a book and listen to music for a little bit, and you feel good after that, right? Once you start feeling good and you're happy with that, that's when you are mentally ready, right? Just like if you do the reaction timing test, which I know some people who don't do warm-up stuff, they do the reaction timing test, and if they get their normal score after, say, like doing a little bit of Kovacs, and they get their, like, say they hit a 140 and that's their average, right? And they get that, they know they're ready to play ranked, and then they go into their warm-up on Valorant.
10 kills
the reason
remaining.
I warm up on Valorant over anything else is just because it feels a lot better for me personally to do this, right? For me, it is that I normally reaction test at a week's tempo. Okay. So does that mean you do it like once or twice? Like you do it a couple times a week? Or do you do it more? One a week? Okay. Yeah, you could do that.
Sky's dead.
He is not talking. Hello? So basically, if you do it once a week, that's fine. But it's all about... Okay, so to test yourself and see if you're ready. Right. Yeah, that's basically what you're trying to do. And that's why I do the Wordle. That's why I do the Contesto. Some people like to read. Some people like to go to the gym. Some people like to go for a walk. Somebody who said jogging 100% works, right? Because you're waking your body up and you're actively getting your mind ready. Because just doing physical human like activities, anything like that, is basically waking yourself up and getting yourself ready for the day, right? So like school, if you were very good at school, I mean, there's probably some people in here who are really good at school, right? Like, or you always wonder if there was somebody who's super smart in your class, right? What they were doing. They probably had a daily routine sometimes, right? Top 5 in his school, easy claps. Yeah, that's the Wordle guy, by the way. They got it. They got that easy. They got that 100% easy. I sleep every lesson. Okay, buddy. Can you help me with Neon? I can help you with Neon in a little bit. I'll start talking about like agents, like if you're struggling on an agent on a certain map or anything like that. But I just want you guys to understand, if you guys do not have an IRL like an IRL kind of just schedule, try to make one, even if it's super small, right? Like if you go read a book while listening to music, or just go for a tiny little walk and relax and like just get your mental in the right place, get your mind in the right place. Go do that, and then do your in-game warm-up, right? So you can do my warm-up, 5 Ghost, 5 Sheriff, 10 Guardian, the rest Vandal. Or you can just do Sheriff, or you can just do Guardian, or you can just do Vandal. It doesn't matter which kind of warm-up you do, as long as you do your warm-up after. Can you help me? I'm so inconsistent. Do you have an IRL basis, Noir? I've probably said that wrong. Rar. Hi, boo. Problem with schedule is I know I have the power over not doing it. My brain starts becoming all meta, and I just stop trying to actually schedule. Interesting. Very interesting. Very interesting. Best agent for solo queue. Not ISO or Clove. Phoenix, yeah, actually Phoenix is very good. I can't lie. My problem with... So what do you mean by that, DC, if you don't mind? Type that. And then somebody was saying, how do I win more gunfights? How many DMs do you do? If you don't mind me asking you. How many DMs do you do? 10. Oh, wow. That's actually pretty good. So... what is your sense and everything like that? 10 a day. Wow. ADHD brain, horrific schedule accountability. Make a spreadsheet, bro. Make a spreadsheet. I do a Swift and a TDM followed by 20 minutes of aim lab drills. So what I think, spreadsheets don't help. Understandable. You could make maybe a note in your phone or a reminder in your phone or something like that. That would maybe help you. So Psycho, what I would recommend is you do the aim lab drills first and then go into your in-game practice. It would be better, and that would help you transfer over a little bit more if you do that, Psycho. because you should do your out of game warm-ups first. 16 under 0.23. That's a little fast, not gonna lie, but I mean everyone's sense is different, right? I run 0.25 800, right? So as Clove with that, I mean Clove is Gold 2 to Plat 2 is very good. When I started doing a IRL basis to a in-game practice session, I went from Plat 2 to Immortal 2 in one act. And that was when Ascendant was in the game. I basically started like doing stuff IRL, making sure I was consistent IRL, then going into my in-game warm-up, then going into comp if I felt good. If I did not feel good, I would not play. Quite literally, I would not play. I don't have that much time though. Yeah, that's what you know, if you don't feel good, you don't play, right? Like 2.5 hours every day. Okay. You can still do, like, say, what do you do before you get on, right? There's so many people typing. Get home from school. Do you walk or do you... Okay. When you walk, are you listening to music or like just kind of relaxing? Okay. While you're listening to music, just take deep breaths, you know, walk around, clear your head. Just relax and clear your head and take the walk like enjoyably, right? And then when you get home, do your in-game warm-up, right? Whether that's DMs or everything. I think about retaking Corrode IRL. Oh, nah. I'm popping, flashing. Okay. Who's your main? Mine's Neon. I don't really have a main, but I like to play Senti personally. My sense is 138, 1200, but I lose gunfights too much. Do you feel like it's too fast or too slow? And is your crosshair placement good? I dodge you till on the... You turn flashes IRL. Okay. It's perfect for me. Okay. So I think if you go into DMs and stuff, start focusing on your... How to train perfect. That's... Yeah, that's what I was about to tell you. So the DM warm-ups that I was doing, V... I'm just going to call you V because that's all that shows up on your name.
My ultimate's
the DMs
ready.
that I was doing, that's what I primarily focus on. I focus on my crosshair placement, I focus on my mechanics, and I focus on my tap timings. By what I mean on tap timings is where you can sit here and consistently shoot around the same area. Because if you move, it's going to go in the wrong direction. So if you do 10 DMs a day, yeah, play less DMs as well. And also start thinking about your crosshair placement in it, right? If you understand where your crosshair placement is in DMs, you're going to understand your crosshair placement in game. And you're just going to get it ready. Like you're going to mentally get it and have the muscle memory to know where headshot level is all the time. And that's why I do those DMs. That's why I like to do 6 to 8. I'm not saying it. 6 to 8 DMs is about what I do. All right? And that's what's good for me. And the reason for that is because if I do more, I'm going to get way too overwarmed. And that's the thing. If you do too many, it does actually hurt you more than it helps you. Whereas if you do just a good amount, music during comp, good or bad, it depends on the person. Personally, I do listen to music when I play comp. It kind of helps me stay locked in as well, where I'm still focusing on the game. My preferred aim style, I like to be calm. I used to have a super like flicky aim style where I forced myself to flick everything, and now I just focus on being on the right level and letting them walk into my crosshair. You will notice a lot in game that if you just hold the right spot and hold the angle, they're going to walk into your crosshair 9 times out of 10 and you're going to be able to one tap them. And that's all because you have the crosshair like just known and the aim ready. My whole style of game is hybrid mismatch of ton of bullshit. That's just Valorant, to be fair, though. Let's be real. Sometimes I read red novels. Most red novels I like. Okay, so if you do that, DC, try to read some of those web novels, like listen to music, and then get on the game. You know what I mean? If you have a web novel you write, do that. That would be pretty good. That'd be a good, like, IRL routine. And yeah, find your own style and play. Don't sit here and try to copy everyone else's, right? If you try to copy and focus on it too much, you're trying too hard. The whole point of getting yourself mentally prepared is so you don't have to focus it and you just do it by muscle memory, right? Because if you do it by muscle memory, you're just going to be it's just going to be a lot more natural for you. Oh my gosh. If I have 6 match MVPs in a row, then go negative nets for games, is that my fault? Okay, so if you have 6 match MVPs in a row, and then you say you play bad 2 games in a row, right? Go do like your warm up again, like do a DM or 2 again, and get yourself like kind of prepped again. Because if you don't play good in the DMs, it may be time to just call it for the day. You know what I mean? Because sometimes your body just gets to that point where you're not playing consistent anymore and you're not playing good anymore, and that just happens, right? But I'm addicted. I get that. But what you can do to help that is try to do a DM. If you play bad 2 games in a row after doing amazing and God's work, try to go into DMs and try to like re-get yourself back into your flow state, because you're probably out of your flow state. Yes, but Valorant is kind of solved on rank, so not every star works at the moment. Because yeah, meta is very, very bound right now. You always see Waylay or anything like that. Switch to maybe Fortnite game to chill, then go back in. Well, what? No, if you have like a DM routine, right? If you have a warm up routine for Valorant, do that. Or yeah, I mean, if you want to go chill, play another game, and then come back in, do a DM, and then play, do it. What about movement? Because I'm being one-tapped every time, but when I train in DM, I'm being destroyed. It's just understanding positionings, right? And understanding the angles that people are going to be at. I'll actually go to Valorant right now. So, where is it? I'm going to actually go to Valorant right now. And swap screens to... I'm probably just going to put it on my entire screen one. So, if you're having trouble getting, say, one-tapped in ranked or one-tapped in DMs or anything like that, give me a map that you struggle with, V. That you feel like you're consistently getting one-tapped. Corrode, Abyss. Okay, we'll do Abyss, and then I'll go into Corrode. All right. Okay, Corrode. All right. So, there are going to be angles that people are going to be playing 90% of the time every single game that you play. The angles are going to be like here. They're going to be here. They're going to be here. They're going to be here. It would be here or even here, right? Common angles. You will see them every single game. It does not matter the rank or anything. You will see common angles all the time. There is always an angle that you just have to be prepared for. And what you need to understand is that angle good for me or good for them, right? This angle, very good for them, right? So you need to clear this angle with some sort of util. And how do I know that? Just really like understanding what angles you personally hold. And yeah, you get there first on defense, or it's an advantageous angle for you. So like say here, right? A chamber loves to play here because they can just see this line, right? And just hold it. You have to go into him. And then TP out when I'm in the, yeah. Basically, any angle that they get there first and they can just hold you for there, that is a good angle and a common angle for them, right? Yes, very true. Very true. Playing layers as a Senti. So if you're a Senti and you're playing layers, so say you play here and you get one here, you TP here. Instead of sitting in this slot where they heard you TP, maybe slow walk here and get this angle. So now, not only do they have, they're just going to walk into this, they're walking into another angle you're ready for, right? But just understanding what angles are the, you know, common angles and just understanding how you need to take the fight there, right? So like if you know somebody's holding here and they love holding head height, don't be afraid to like just wide swing them and crouch shoot them, because sometimes when you crouch, they're gonna be aiming for the head, because if it's a senti, they're going for that one tap headshot. They're not gonna stay to spray you. They're gonna go for the one tap headshot. So if you like Ferrari swing, as they call it, across the screen and then crouch shoot, you're gonna put that in more of an advantage for you, right? What agent is the best for an all aim, no game sense type of player? Oof, that's a little tough because you need game sense in game, but I would say like Chamber, super easy. ISO, super easy. I want to say Reyna, but I hate Reyna. I can't lie. I do not like Reyna. If you pick Reyna, I think you're throwing. Thoughts on Breach and KO? KO very good. Breach is a little bit out of meta right now, sadly. Reyna got nerfed? Yeah, but people still play Reyna, to be fair. And do you have... Yeah. So that's what I was kind of practicing in here, right? So, strafing. What about full game sense, no aim player? Cypher, Vice. Any of the Sentis are going to be really good for that, Hades. And Viper. Viper as well. Cypher is still good, though, but I prefer like a Vice, maybe a KJ, right? Sentis are going to be really good for that. Viper is going to be really good for that. Anything that you can play slow and play to your understanding of where you know they are, right? That's what's going to be good for you. All right, so for tap like strafing, I don't have it on right now, but there is a... Where is it? There's a shooting error graph that you can put on. And just go into range, and when you see the blue, that is a shooting error. Right? Shooting error is blue. So put on the graph and just get your like trace down in like the range. Like this. And that will help you go faster and faster and faster as you get it down. My coordination with my movement and my aim, you don't really move. If you think about it, you don't really move your crosshair, right? All you do is like track, right? Just make sure you get your tracking down. And sometimes a lot of people will just do this to you. They won't even move their crosshair on you. V, a lot of people will just do this. They will let them move their self to you. They will keyboard aim you, right? I don't think you should do that every time. But when you're strafing, if you aren't keyboard aiming, just make sure you have good tracking. But that's slow, no? It works though. It's a habit that a lot of people have, but it works sometimes, right? Mostly it works in two fight scenarios, right? So if like someone's here and someone's there, sometimes they'll go like this. Right? So how do you exactly strafe properly? What happens to me is some days it works for me so well, and other days it's like I demote to iron and I forget. Those days that you feel like you're not playing as good, are you like consistently doing what you normally do? Because I will say some days you're just gonna have bad days. And if you're not consistently doing your IRL to in-game basis, it's gonna be a lot harder for you to feel a lot more consistent, right? And I would say do DMs or do range, just focusing on your tap like your strafing and stuff like that. So like what I do in DMs, all I focus on is my mechanics, my crosshair, and my tap timings, which tap timings and mechanics are 2 and 2, right? Those things are 2 and 2 together. If you are working on your tap timings, you're working on your mechanics slash strafing slash all that, right? That's just how that is. And then your crosshair placement just helps in that in general because of the fact you're already prepared for where they're going to be, right? So if you know that this is headshot level and you're just holding this angle, you're able to just tap anyone who puts in. For you, Ghost Routine, go. For my DM routine, what I like to do is I do 5 ghosts, which that's mechanics and tap. Sheriff, which is mechanics and tapping again, but it's strafing due to the fact that the sheriff is one shot, but it's also just one shotting, right? The guardian is all of them. Tap timing, movement, and strafing. Because the guardian is basically what the vandal is, but one tap. So then when you get to the vandal, you're gonna practice what you did with the guardian, the sheriff, and the ghost. That's the whole point of that routine that I do. Those 3 weapons are getting you ready and getting you mentally prepared to do the same thing with your vandal. Because what a lot of people like to do when they get the vandal is what they do is they go here and they start spraying. What can help you in vandal? Slow reacting to a crouch spray. If they start crouch spraying and you're still like kind of strafing and moving, don't be afraid to move because it's going to be a lot harder to hit you. And also take your time because if they're crouch spraying, it's going to be a lot harder for you. Also, bursts of 3s with your vandals in the DM's wind. Okay, thanks. I got it. Super important question. I'm 15 peak diamond 3 and I want to go pro, but I don't have a plan to really improve except for doing some covats or DMs. And do you have a routine to go to Invo very fast? So what I think that you should do is basically, if you want to look at pro players that do say Kovacs or DMs, I'm gonna say a pro player or like I'll name Zekin V. I'll just go Zekin for a chance. First range or DM. I don't really do range, Nitchel. But if you want to practice your tap timings in range, you can, right? It's up to you kind of thing. But V, I'm going to name Zekin. So Zekin is he basically does days where he'll just have 4 hours of Kovacs or 4 hours of DMs, right? He will sit there and play Kovacs on a random day for 4 hours. He will. And this is just to mechanically make him good, right? Just to mechanically make him better and improve on a day-to-day basis. But for his normal stuff, he may only warm up for an hour, maybe do DMs for an hour or so, and then he goes in the game. Yeah, tier 3 is VCL stuff. Yes, it's on Top Frag Academy, or it's called Valorant Academy GGs, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, Casey, if you're in here. Yeah, I was getting to that. I was getting to that. I'm sorry, Boo. I got a question, if I may. Do you think crouching to match head levels is better than moving your mouse? If they are already committed to it, I would say yes, but it is a double-edged sword, right? It is a very double-edged sword. Because if they hit you and stuff like that, it's definitely going to be a little harder, but the reason I say like maybe moving your mouse, because they're not moving. So you have the time, especially if you're moving, right? If you're strafing them, you're able to move because they're not going to be hitting you. But if you know and like are above their head, it's okay to crouch to match head level. Like crouching, I know there's a lot of people who say crouching bad, crouching bad. Crouching isn't as bad as you think it is. But it's about doing it in the right times, right? Practice moving my crosshair up and down to adjust the heads. If anything, that's Valorant. Please teach me about aim, lads, so I can practice it. Okay. Interesting. I want to do this, but some people say don't do that. It's overtrained, so I don't really know what to do. So I don't think doing 10 DMs is a terrible thing. But at the same time, most of the time when Zekin does do like those 4 hours of like aim training or Kovacs or anything like that, he won't really go into ranked necessarily unless he has like a duo. But yeah, DMs do need some sort of like focus, right? So if you're DMing and you're just DMing the DMV, instead of DMing the DM and focus on your crosshair level and focus on like your mechanics. just so you can get everything down right. And then practice moving your crosshair up and down to adjust the heads. That's really just understanding where head level is, E, right? So like, say there's a person here.
Let's go!
That's just understanding where your CUP, I can't see your guys' name, which is weird to me. I'm not gonna lie. So like, I'm calling you V, calling you E and stuff like that.
My ultimate's ready.
It's basically understanding. Wait, but I can see yours, KBBQ. That's weird. Oh, streamer mode. Oh, but I can see some other people's names. That's weird. Okay. If you're getting ready for it, right? So to me, here is crosshair level, like headshot, right there. That's just because my muscle memory, I know. Like around here is crosshair level, right? So just understanding on each map when you're in DMs, if you have struggle with headshot level, that's what you need to focus on, right? So just focus on in your DMs headshot level, so you understand where headshot level is at every angle. Where's the weird question? I heard somebody. Somebody said I have a weird question. Where'd it go? Was it Nyx or Eric's? Weird question. How can I get AFAP to Immortal Plus? As fast as possible. You just got to play the game. I hate to say it. You just got to play the game, practice, and get better daily. That's really all you can do. Tap crouching. I actually do that as fast as possible. Boo. I actually do that sometimes. It's not bad. Tap crouching. But it just doesn't work. It just doesn't work fully like CSGO, because obviously the movement is a lot different. So it's not going to work how you think it's going to work in CSGO. But it's not a terrible thing to throw in here and there, right? Because say you're jiggling this angle. Say you're jiggling this angle, right? Or you're jump peeking it, and the person there is holding for you, and you just randomly do that, right? Crouch. He may be ready headshot level and not realize your crouch level there because of that. So that it's about throwing them off. How do you usually aim around corners and elevation, for example, when pushing art and pearl? I'll actually, okay, yeah, I'll go to pearl. I'll go to pearl for you in a custom game. Then an enemy. Where's the elevation, for example? So if I'm coming from mid to pearl, right, Eternity? Is that what you're talking about? Yes. Okay, cool. Cool. I'll do that for you real fast. I'll actually do that for you. And then this could help, who was it? This could help E. I don't know their name. E, with understanding the headshot levels and moving it up and down, right? This could help you out with this too. I'll just turn on cheats and it won't really matter. So, the way I go about it is I like to slice the pie. That's one of my ways of clearing angles. I know Boo's heard of this, probably, but my username is actually E. All right, cool. I wasn't getting it wrong. Let's go. Yeah, no, I just knew, you know. I like to basically slice the pie, right?
You all look wonderful. Me, I always look good. We are ready.
My ult is ready.
Let's go into it, right? Oh my gosh, the one thing I forgot to turn on. All right, so basically what I mean by slicing the pie is kind of doing this. So here, headshot level. It's taking account of like stuff that you know where their head's going to be. So like right here, this is headshot level, right? So the way I look at that is I go like this, and now I'm at headshot level here now, right? And then when I go up, I'm headshot level here. It's just muscle memory. Once you get used to it and get the understanding of where headshot level is on the map, you're gonna get used to it no matter what, and it's just gonna happen. Be different elevations at the same angle you are peaking. So like here. Kinda, yeah. So like what I like to do is I'll jiggle this. Jiggle this. And then when I'm going down here, once I get this area clear, I'll actually go like this. What if your teammates don't come at all? Focus on yourself. That's what sucks about the game, right? You can't control other people in the game. It really does suck. What I can say to you is focus on yourself, right? Even if you lose, I know it sucks. Even if you lose, if you are playing good yourself, in the end, as long as you're playing consistent and you're playing good, that's what matters, right? You can't control your teammates. It's impossible. People get upset for you saying hi to them. You can't control the teammates. So it's just a little tough for that, right? Like, and that's when you just focus on yourself and focus on your game, right? So, back to what I was going with Eternity. It's kind of just like understanding where headshot level is, right? So like if I'm coming around a corner, like what I like to do is I'll clear close and then I'll actually just pre-aim the wall and then swing. Because if you just do this, there could be somebody here just holding you, right? Yeah, you have control of yourself. Or you have control of what you do though, basically, right? Yeah, right. Focus on the 60% of the games. There's going to be games that are just unlosable 24/7. How far do you need your crosshair to be? Really depends, but personally, say I'm holding this angle here. I'm holding about like this. Right? I sometimes hold pixel. But I'm confident in hitting pixel angles as well. But if I'm on a hold, I'm going to hold like this. Halfway. So I can either like just in the middle of where the wall is here to here. I'm just gonna go halfway. Because if they swing, easy flick. If they barely swing, easy hit. It makes it a lot more simpler for me. So do halfway of a nice little like drag. Because like if they swing like this, they're gonna stop at some point. If they don't, they're just gonna keep going, and you know, you can honestly just get out at that point. But yeah, what if they pre-aim where you are? Oh, pre-fire? Usually, so sometimes people will pre-fire like this. They'll go like this. Usually they'll miss, but you're gonna see a lot of this. You're gonna see a lot of people do this and then swing you pre-fire, right? They're gonna get the info first on the on the jump peak or the util. Say util hits you. What happens if util hits you? You just need to do this. Reposition yourself and then hold the same angle. I'm gonna try to go back to what Eternity was talking about. Basically, I clear close like this, and then I just pre-aim the wall where I know headshot level is, right? That's what I do, personally. That is how I clear. This is how I clear. So, boom, clear close, cleared there. Now I swing headshot level here. Is there a way to unconsciously start applying theory to game? Yeah, no, there is. By really just playing the game. Honestly, by just playing the game. Because I basically, I'm not great at aim. Yeah, literally by doing it. I'm not great at aiming. I'm gonna be real. The reason that I went up from Plat 2 to Immortal 2, my game sense is very high. And that's just understanding where crosshair level is all the time. And I know how to take fights that are going to be advantageous to me. And I'm really good at repositioning. So if I get seen here, I'm going to reposition. And then they jiggle me here and I get seen, I'm just going to go over. You dash out as waylay, stun, TP out, and nobody takes the kill? Yeah, of course it's okay to play more selfishly, because you're not always gonna have teammates that are gonna do what you need to do. You play with team that are rude but make you tilt, but they give good toms. Should you just go no VC, so no comms? Honestly, I mean, I would just listen to the comms, but at the same time, why are you listening to what they're saying? You know what I mean? At the same time, yeah, they're being super rude, but like, it doesn't really affect you fully, because as long as you're doing your job, who gives a like, who cares? I'm not gonna cuss. I won't cuss. I won't do it. I won't do it. I'm sorry, Casey. I won't do it. Who gives a F? Yeah, you can only not rely on yourself. You can only control you. You can't control your team unless you're playing with like a duo or something. You may be able to help him and control him and stuff like that, but like, all you gotta do is, oh yeah, that's a Kreenak. I think I know who that. Yeah, I know Kreenak. That's my homie. He's the guy who sings "What's New Scooby-Doo" as well. But like, as long as you're doing your job and you're playing well, it's okay to listen to the comms, because who really cares what they say about you, right? You're doing your job. If you're the Fade, you're Fade on a map and you have like 14 assists, but you're not really fragging out, you don't have to frag out. You have 14 assists. How to improve on mid-rounding calls or just knowing enemy positions? That will come over time, KBBQ. So I usually play Senti, which I play like a lurker role. And I just get an understanding on the map because, for one, I lurk opposite, and then I get an understanding, okay, I saw someone here and someone here. And then my teammates just saw 3A. All right? And then if I do it again and it's the same thing, that's going to be the switch for me to understand that, okay, this is how they like to play. Yeah, exactly. They're not some god complex because they're in your rank as well, right? They're not a god complex. Even if they're smurfing, it doesn't matter. They're in the rank, right? That's just how it is. Also, an ego peak. So say it's a 4v5, say it's a 4v2 and you got 3 kills and you're like, okay, I'm just gonna swing, and then you die. That's an ego peak. But at the same time, it is ranked. In the end, it's ranked, right? If you're feeling yourself, you're feeling confident, take that swing. That's what matters. Because if you kill them, you're feeling even more confident, right? That's so one thing I will say. When I was playing semi-professionally and stuff like that in, like, say, Siege, or like even in Valorant a little bit, like playing collegiate stuff like that, playing tier 2 teams and stuff, when I noticed somebody was doing the same thing every round and I kept killing him, I would just keep doing it, right? Like, until he punishes me, I'm not gonna stop doing it, because what he is trying to do is fix his ego. I keep killing him, so he needs to kill me for the satisfaction that he thinks he's good. But if he kills me, okay, cool. He killed me 1 out of 15 times or 14 times or something like that. Guess what? I'm just not going to do it again after he killed me. Because now I'm going to change it up and play it a bit different. And then he's going to be still in the same spot and he's going to be a non-factor to help his team. Because in the end, I killed him 12 times where he killed me once. My ego is more stroked than his. All he knows now is, oh, I finally got this kill. I'm useful. That's it. That's all he knows. And then, guess what? Guess what? After he gets that kill, what I like to do personally, I don't even change it up. I tell my team, yo, let's swing this guy. And guess what? Now he's sitting there in the same spot thinking you're going to swing the same thing because you've swung it 14 times. And guess what happens? He gets quad swung. How do I prevent myself from tilting? At the end of the day, it's honestly just a game, right? Yeah, rank does is super important and everything like that. Rank is awesome, and I'm very, very RR based as well. I used to be really hard on myself. But the way I look at it is, even if I lose, as long as I play good, even if I play bad, I just know I just don't need to really be playing anymore, right? Like, I played bad. All right, cool. Maybe I'm just not on it today, right? Or if I play super good and I lose, guess what? All right, I lost. But guess what? I dropped 30. That makes me happy because I know I'm still playing at a good level. And if I take that into another game, I am more likely to win than not. If I play good and my teammates play bad, I am more likely gonna win the next game, because if I take that good play into the next game, that's gonna help, right? Whereas my teammates, maybe they had a bad game, but it's gonna be hard. Next game. I have a list, bro. Listen here, little buddy. Listen here. Triple die, bro. Next. Next game. I have a list, bro. Leave me alone, man. I'm over here being Demon 1, bro. Next game, bro. But basically, like, you know what I mean? If you play good and you take that into the new game, yeah, you can't get me there, boo. If you take that into the new game, you're gonna, if you play good, you're gonna win more often than not, right? You can't control your teammates. You never can. You're never gonna be able to. And if you focus on like trying to control your teammates, you are gonna hurt yourself more than you don't. Like, more than you help yourself, right? Because in the end, all you can focus on is yourself. I'm hard stuck bronze, peak silver. What can I do better? What do you think you struggle with, Gavin? Is there any exercise I can do to stop my paranoia? If I don't have a guaranteed information on where enemy is, I perform an action. I will flip my eyes on the minimap or flank. Okay. Interesting. Paranoia. I've never really thought about it like that. So yeah, do something where you're scared about, right? Like, if you don't know, like, what is mid-street at all, and you're the lurker, just clear it for your self-conscious, right? Like, walk into it. Break the trip. Walk into it, break the trip, and see what happens, right? And now you know what's happening. Message hidden from likely spammer. What the hecky? What the helly? Can you show how to do a 1v5 and get better aim, please? Bet, right here. Watch this. Watch this, guys. This is the perfect coaching that you guys need right here. 1v5. Boom. Easy. 1v5 right there. Bang. You need a dummy? Be primmy? True. 1v5 scenario, better aim. Honestly, if you're in a 1v5 scenario, don't focus on your aim, right? If you're in a 1v5 scenario and you have bomb and you still have a minute left, focus on understanding their gaps. They're gonna throw. They're gonna run at you. So if you play positioning well and reposition and play the game and know where you can take the fights, it's gonna help you win those 1v5s. Focus on your positioning. Your aim isn't going to get you out of every single thing. It's impossible. It's just, it's not going to happen. Overthinking gets you better clutches, said by the Clutchmeister. Yeah. Overthink where they are. Like, just literally think about the map completely as a whole. Right? Actually, wait. I feel like I'm getting trolled. But I'm thinking about the map, right? Like, if you have the bomb, you already have the bomb and everything like that. They're going to probably throw and run at you. For one, that's where you can take your timing, right? If there's 3 running down here, guess what? That means there is 1 person here or here, like mid-door, waiting for you. Take that one on that fight and then slow walk into another position, right? So you kill that guy and they're still running you down flank, run into here. Why can't I see this person's text? Anyone know? Is silver the most hardest rank to get out of? No. Every rank is the hardest. No, I'm joking. Because likely spammer. Okay, so they've been... Gotcha. Emo to rad? Yes, that is a very hard one. I cannot lie. That is a very hard one. You know what? I agree with that, Boo, because I am Ascendant right now, but that's because I don't play the game, right? I don't play the game. But yeah, Ascendant is really bad with how they just play the game. What's so all? No hope got me? No hope for me? No, you got hope. You got this. Okay, so is there any more questions of like agents, specific maps, certain things that could help you in game? Yes, very true, Boo. Deadlock on bind. Okay. Deadlock on bind. All right, cool. I can do that. Let me do that. Best map for Deadlock. Yeah. 100% best map for Deadlock. So, should I now always play Phoenix in solo queue? I think being a one... No hope got me. Yo, good quote. That's a good quote. Okay, so defense or attack? Defense. Gotcha. Okay, so I swear I lose all my rank up games. I've been gold stuck now for 1.5 years. Are you doing warm-up routines or anything like that, or are you kind of just queuing to queue, Violet?
Death is not an option.
All right, so at this point, play on another account. Yeah, your MMR may be really messed up, not gonna lie. That happens a lot. I cannot lie. Like when I went from Plat 2 to MO2 in an act, it just really did not like
As
me.
long as I live, so does
Neon on
every
Corrode.
Stoljäger before me.
That's my roughest agent, but yeah, I
battle,
can.
my sisters.
I'm gonna be real
Ultimate
with you.
ready.
What I will say about that is Waylay better. All right, so basic setups is here
Listening.
and here.
Sound sensor up.
Good attacker cams for on bind DC. Oh my gosh, what did you say, Nirix? Sorry, there's so many. I was saying like, if you want to play, do you usually play duelist solo queue? Like, are you a comfortable duelist? Yeah, duelist control it, then yeah. Play what you want to play, right? If you want to lock ISO every game, lock ISO. Just try to get an understanding of that character as a full. You know what I mean? If you are a one trick, be a one trick. That's just how it is. Basically, for you though, KBBQ is... This is gonna be your generic setup on B.
Over there.
You're gonna be walling long
Barrier deployed.
off of like noise, or if you rotate from B to A, throw your wall long, just so people can terrible. Just so people can't like walk up and lurk on you. Oh wait. Are you talking about the PC or that wall?
Blocking movement.
So yeah, doing that wall. On defense, one of your best things or attack,
deployed.
one of your best things is doing walls like this, right? The reason why you want a wall for like say CT or anything on attack, this just stalls them more, right?
Blocking movement.
Oh wow, that's just terrible.
Blocking movement.
Probably just do that wall. But like understanding like when to do your walls, where to do your walls. If you're rushing B, your wall is a stall. So wall here.
Barrier deployed.
If they break it down and stuff like that and you hear them rushing, then
No
you're gonna
escape.
throw your net and then you're gonna run back. Right? ABBQ? And now you're playing off your
Over
sensors.
there.
You have a sensor here and you have a sensor
there.
here.
Over there.
Your whole point is to stall. Does MMR get reset? Barely. I'm gonna be real. Yes, but no. Barely. It barely gets... My mouse is cat themed. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Your whole job is to stall as Deadlock, right? Make sure your team can get there fast enough. And then also on attack, I will say it's a lot more difficult because of the fact that you don't really have flanks at all. You don't have anything to hold flanks, but you can wall like this. You can stop them from coming out here, and then you can stun this and stun this, right?
Listening.
Or you could even pull this one like here.
Listening.
And now, if they tap the bomb or anything like that, it's going to stun them unless they break. Jet on this map or a different map, Ashes? Because I'm going to be doing Neon on Corrode. Because if it's Jet on this map, I'll do Jet real quick. Ashes. If it's not this map, I'm going to do the Neon on Corrode, even though I would prefer... Oh, on this map? Okay, cool. I'll do it real quick then. So, on attack, I'm going to guess.
My ult's ready. We get a pick, we move in.
Yes, attack? Okay, cool. So, what I like to do on attack...
Let's go!
And a lot of Jets do it. What I will do on attack real fast is... I'm going to go like this. Go here. And I'm going to get on top of this.
Here.
I love getting on top of here. No, I see a lot of people get up there and it works. Because usually you have a secondary duelist.
Watch this!
On this box. This is because usually you're going to have a secondary duelist anyways, like a Reyna or something like that. If you dash here your Reyna's going to be throwing a blind, and then they're going to be focusing on that while you smoke on this. Right? And same on B. Same on B. Another good thing. Same on B.
Blocking sight.
Same thing. Getting on top of this box, right? Up is better. Yeah, I do up, by the way. I have up on my scroll wheel. Right click for... Oh, okay, GG. Could you do that with Omen? Yeah, you could do that with Omen, Gavin. Omen is basically a duelist to an extent. Like, Omen is looked at as a duelist. That's why you have people like Zekin playing on him, or Tens was playing on him, right? Okay, so I'm gonna go, but that getting in high spots, like that's what your character is really good at. But I mean, there's also, you can do this, right? You can just go and then hold this, right? If you don't want to dash out, what you can do is you can do this. Using your smokes to kind of isolate fights. So boom, boom. And then you take elbow after you clear that out, and then now you have all this space, right? While your team is taking sight. And you're getting elbow. And that's how kind of how you would go with about doing Jet. But again, what? Yeah, I use up. Because you don't naturally go down whatsoever. You naturally scroll up anyways on certain things. So it's just a lot more natural. Like jumping. Neon on Corrode. Is that person still here? If so, I'm gonna be real. I'm not that great at Neon, but I think Waylay is better. But Neon is still very good, and I will teach you kind of how to go around it. But yeah, Ashes, basically just getting on those high angles or like solo, like secluding fights with your smokes. Is what you're going to be looking to do, Ashes. So if you throw a smoke down, like, and you know where somebody is, swing where you know it's going to be a one-on-one fight instead of a two-on-one. You know what I mean? All right. I think this is going to be the last one. I don't want to be going way too over time, guys. I'm really sorry. I will answer other questions while I'm doing this, though. So if you have questions, please ask me. Is it attack or defense, Fierza? Urzi, my fault. Yoru same on every map. Yoru is very good on every map. Just play Yoru. No, I'm joking. Attack on A. Okay, attack on A. Cool. You have a specific one. Cool, cool, cool. All right. So. All right. So if we are attacking on A, one thing I'm going to say, you are going to avoid elbow like the plague unless you have like a judge or something. Because honestly, elbow really isn't that great. You can always take it after. You can pinch it, right? Once we get sight, we can pinch it. But it really depends on rank because sometimes all of your ranked teammates are just going to go there anyways. So, I mean, it really depends.
My ult's ready.
Let's say we have... I'll just pick Phantom because Phantom. Okay, so... One thing, usually, I mean, you can go like this. Jump peek there.
I'm out of
and then
here.
once we go, jump peek this angle again. Make sure you're clearing this, right? If you are wanting to go elbow, you're gonna just want to wall, stun,
Go, go, go.
and then that's when you're gonna take elbow, right? That's how you're gonna do that. But what I prefer is we're gonna go through. We're gonna stun like this. We'll slide kill that guy, and then these guys are gonna be stunned or something.
Gotta go. Gotta go. I'm out of here.
You can also, while you're taking, I'm pretty sure you can like throw your wall through like that. And this cuts off elbow from seeing you. So this makes it a one-on-one fight, right? So if we are wanting to go yard and we don't have a smoke pot here, just throw your wall like this and then fight out of the smoke. If you're slow walking it, I will say one little thing. You guys can do this. And you'll see over the box. You'll see if someone's here. Just so you guys know. The little tip and trick for corrode. If you are lurking this and know that there's somebody here. Hello, back. I have one question. Last question. How do you kill someone that holds you? Okay. So if somebody is holding me here.
There.
Jump peek them. Get the info. And don't just swing them regularly, right? Don't swing them regularly. Get the info before you swing, basically. Whether it's util or anything like that. How to properly re-swing if you whiff. Don't what? Don't swing normally, right? So if you jump peek like this and you see them, don't just swing out normal. Because they're probably going to just be ready for that. Just like do your pre-fire. Pre-fire, if they back up, then you swing out. Okay. How do you properly re-swing if you whiff? So if you whiff, say you whiff like this, honestly, if you're on defense, don't re-swing it. Eternity, hold an angle. Reposition and hold another angle. Right? Unless you have util to back you up, that's when you would want to re-swing, right? Because if you whiff, you need to recollect yourself. Like back up a little bit, recollect yourself, and then use util to help you, or just hold the angle for them to come to you. Because on attack, I will say on attack, if you whiff and swing, you're probably not going to really get the chance to unswing, right? But on defense, you do. So just take a step back and hold an angle. And that will help you a lot more. Because like you'll be ready for the fight then, right? Frag, did that help you any at all? Like understanding this wall, this stun, or like throwing a stun like this to get that corner. You can like
Gotta go.
But this wall is gonna help you really, really
We're good.
like a lot. This wall will help you a
Shotgun.
lot because this stops them from
There.
shooting you from in the back, or even if you go this way, it stops them
There.
from shooting you from there. Veto tips. I'm not gonna go over any more agents due to the fact that we are actually overtime, guys. I'm gonna be real. I was gonna go over one more. Oh my goodness. Yeah, because I always go elbow and get stuck because my teammates don't follow. Don't go elbow, go left side. I may be able to go over one more. I know somebody was up here saying something, or was it? I know it's turning on the other side of things. How do you take fights to get people who keep jiggling and pre-firing? I just end up shooting right after. Oh, if he goes for the jiggle, you don't have to shoot him. If they go for the jiggle, say, you can just like after they jiggle, walk up, and maybe use like a piece of util to push him off, and then keep walking up, right? Because now you're here, and you can swing him, because all he's doing is jiggling. So use util to kind of like push him back, and then go for the swing. You said fade on corrode. Okay. Fade.
30 seconds left.
12 gauge shotgun trust. What? Dude, what am I reading?
Savor the good dreams while you can.
What am I reading out of you guys right now?
Stay focused.
Out of context combo. So true. All right. So one lineup is here. You're just going to look there.
I'll
You're going to
find
throw.
you.
This gets mid and B main. Right? That gets mid and B main. For attack, you're going to line up with this. You're going to look about here. Like on this little gray line. You're going
Where
to jump
are
throw.
you?
That is going to land on that. And that will get
There.
people in mid top past the smoke. For your attack, right? How important are lineups in general? Not very important, but on certain characters, I would say pretty important. Like Fade, I think it's very important to have some lineups, not many. Like you don't need shock lineups or molly lineups or anything like that, but like eye lineups, start lineups are pretty good to have.
I'll find you.
This eye, you just kind of throw, and it'll land
are
like
you?
on the edge here, on the other side. That one you just kind of eyeball, but this eye is my favorite one to do on attack. Because I just throw it like
Where
this,
are you?
and if we have a stair smoke, it hits the people out, so you can spam them. But defense, I basically throw the same eye every time, which is this eye.
Where are you?
Because this eye gets to people here. Because it lands
I'll
like
find
there. So it gets to people here. So if you don't get anything mid, and you'll more than likely get someone on B main, right? If they're going either of those sides. So the simple
I'll
boom.
find you.
And you don't even have to touch it. It throws itself. It throws itself. You just let it go to full length. But lineups, not super important. Don't focus on lineups unless it's like an eye lineup or like a dart lineup, something like that, right? Like you don't fully need lineups.
Where are you?
But yeah, I don't want to go too over, guys. I don't want to go too over. I'm gonna stop it here. I'm sorry if I couldn't get to everyone's questions. I'm really sorry. There was a lot of you. There was so many of you guys. Oh wait. How do you let yourself in? What the heck?
Dude, I got that power. I can just hop up here whenever I
he's
want.
just a G. No, you're fine, Boo. I really appreciate that. There was a lot of people that I couldn't get to, and you like answering the like very simplistic questions that weren't like full in-game questions did help out a lot, so I could focus on my in-game stuff. I really appreciate that, guys.
Yeah, guys. Everyone thanks Zerro for the session. Going over too. We're like 15 minutes almost.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I'm not meaning to go over.
It doesn't matter to me, dude. It's your time. But I'm just hanging out. If you want to go over, you go
Boo
over.
for coach.
Don't feel like you gotta. Don't feel like you gotta. You know?
No. I just try to want to help everyone out, guys. Also, if you my DMs are open. If you guys do have a general question, I will take them. Or I will try to read the chats. If you guys have a general question, do not be afraid to DM me, and I'll try to help you out. Obviously, if it's a coaching session, you'll have to maybe go through like Top Frag for that or something like that. So we can get a session. But if it's like a general question, I don't mind whatsoever. So do not be afraid to message me. Like if you have a question.
Yes. Speaking of which, if you guys are looking for more of this kind of stuff, I definitely recommend filling out that free player analysis I just posted in chat right there. It'll just ask you a bunch of questions and figure out what kind of best coaching option is good for you. So definitely fill it out. Maybe it's the invitational, maybe it's the
it called me a
combine.
duelist.
It called you a duelist?
Oh no.
It's not.
What do you consider
It's not always
general,
a bad
though?
thing.
Like specific angles you're struggling with, or just like something like a character, like I'm having trouble with this character on this map, or like my DM routine isn't working. Do you have another DM routine for me? Something like just super simplistic, right? Just a super simple question that can be fixed in like a couple messages, basically. S. So yeah, I do appreciate y'all for coming out. A lot of y'all left because like I think I already said I was getting ready to go. So I really appreciate everyone who was here and asking questions. You guys are awesome. And I hope I helped out as much as I could. There were so many questions rolling in. You guys were like crazy. But I really appreciate it. You guys have a wonderful day and good luck with your guys' like new warm-up routines. Remember, do the daily routines, guys. Read your book, eat your food before you play the game or something like that. Remember your daily routines.
All right, thanks, guys. We're gonna end the call here.
Yep.